Hey, what's up and welcome back to the channel. I'm Marshall Lee and this is a subject that comes up seemingly every single year. I honestly can't think of a time while I've been coaching where we've had a year where people haven't come in and asked this sort of thing. Now, before I go any further, I want to say that anybody who gets involved with martial arts, anybody who competes at any level, I don't care whether it's forms or anything, whether it's fighting, what type of fighting you're doing, you've got my respect for going out there and having a go at competition. Comparing yourself and comparing your skill to others is the faster way to grow as a martial artist. So that said, I do respect people who get in there and fight regardless of your level. I don't care whether you're a pro or an amateur, whether it's your first fight or whether it's your 200th fight, get in there and have a go. But this is something that happens all the time. Let me share this with you. So I'm not taking the mick out of this guy. I'm not trying to joke or mock this person, but this is what they've come onto a forum and said. I'm looking for some tips for my first amateur fight. I have zero in-ring experience, zero mixed martial arts experience, and I've never trained to fight. I'm 135 pounds, 5'7", and I smoke weed, drink beer, and vape. I've been in many street fights in my life. I'm sure you have. Growing and know how to handle myself in the streets. And that's just kind of all I'm going into the ring with. Just my knowledge of street fights. Just kind of want to see how things go. I know mixed martial arts are going to be a hard challenge. Or it must mean mixed martial artists are a hard challenge to fight. And fighting in the ring will be different than fighting in the streets. Yes. Any tips on how to condition and build strength? Okay, good questions. Any tips on how to block a head kick? Okay. Any street fighting techniques that could benefit me in the ring? I have 8 weeks before my fight. So this is someone who, by their own admission, has no preparation. They have no idea what they're getting into. And they have less than 2 full months to prepare for someone who is, by all accounts, already preparing themselves or already has somebody else preparing them for physical combat. Okay, so this is my reply. This is my advice. I said, go back in time about 12 months. Sign up to your nearest gym that already has fighters. Put in the work a few times per week at first and build that up until about 6 months ago when you're training and light sparring every week. About 6 months ago, you can start doing some extra road work. Go and do some running outside of your classes. Build up to just a few miles each day. Nice easy pace and just build that cardio base you're going to need. The consistency is more important than doing odd crazy runs on their own. Just stay consistent. About 4 months ago, you can start adding in more intense runs because it's going to affect your recovery. Maybe some stair climbs or hill sprints, but do them at most every other day so you can recover. About 3 months ago, you can be really starting to dial in on your nutrition by making very simple changes. Just take out the most processed crap that you eat and replace it with something healthier. Don't just take something out because you're taking away calories that your body's used to. Replace it with something healthier. Okay. About 2 months ago, you can be sparring pretty regularly with some more intensity build up because you've already spent, by this point, 4 months getting in condition and building experience. About 1 month ago, you can really be feeling the benefit of having all this preparation. Yeah? Your confidence should be up and you'll know what isn't working for you under the rule set you're going to be tested under. That leaves you 8 weeks now to make sure you're staying sharp, not getting injured, nicely building those last strength gains or losing the last little bit of weight if you needed to so you don't have to do anything crazy with your calories. That's a whole other story I've got about somebody else asking to fight. I usually make my last hard training session 3 or 4 days before a fight. And every day before the fight, where I'm not training hard, I'll do some easy cardio, some light stretching or some light mobility drills. I don't want to just sit down and seize up, maybe 5 rounds of skipping per day and 5 rounds of shadow boxing as well. So that's my advice to this gentleman. Go back in time and start again. Now, who am I to say you can or can't fight? I'm nobody. That doesn't matter. You don't even know me. My experience, comes from being in the martial arts industry, but you got to make that choice to fight on your own, bro. And if somebody turned up to my gym, if someone turned up to any of Evade gyms and said, listen, this is my experience, I've signed myself up to fight in 8 weeks, we wouldn't train them. I don't know any professional coaches that would take somebody on with that short period of time and then put them into a fight because it's not going to be safe. If I take you in under my wing to fight, not this guy, but just anybody, and you go out and you get hurt, that's not just on you, that's on me. You know, it's my job as a coach to protect the person who's going in to fight, to make sure they're fighting someone of a reasonable level. You know, whether they win or lose, we're not expecting them to come out, you know, and have to spend weeks and months in hospital or life-changing injuries, that sort of thing. For what? To say you've fought once at amateur level. Let me tell you a story about years and years ago, and this does involve me personally. There was a guy who came to our gym, and he knew somebody else, one of our fighters. He was like a friend of a friend of a friend, that sort of arrangement. I think he knew some people that trained with us before, and he wanted to fight. So he comes down and says, listen, Lee, I want to train. I want to put in the work. I want to fight. So it sounded good at the start. It sounded like he really had it on. He was training 2-3 times per week. But every week, when's my fight? When's my fight, Lee? Lee, when's my fight? When you getting me my fight? When's my fight? This is a guy who's never fought before. He was a builder, you know, bit of a rough lad, you know, good physical condition compared to someone who sits at an office all day, but not in condition compared to somebody who knows how to fight. And the guy got frustrated. He thought we were just, you know, leading him on to take his money. You know, you pay to train, of course. It's a skilled job. It's, you know, you got passed on that experience. I need to get it from somewhere. I don't learn for free. You got to pay. So he starts complaining, I'm paying for all this training and you're not even going to get me a fight. I said, look, you're not ready. You're not ready for a fight. I was just honest with the guy. And so he left. He never came back. The next thing we heard about him, he'd gone to something like his girlfriend's brother's boxing gym somewhere. Nothing wrong with that. But they hadn't looked after him. He turned up and said, yeah, I want to fight. Give me a fight. I want to box. So they got him a boxing match. He got his fucking nose broken. He got sparked out and he never trained or fought ever again. He's an idiot. He went and got himself battered by someone who was prepared, who just gets another tick on their win record now. And what were you? Just some bum who never improved your life because of it. You got beat up for somebody else's benefit. You get nothing out of it. It's just a silly move. So my advice is to you, if you want to fight, prepare. Go to a gym. Go to a gym that already has fighters. If you don't, you know, good luck anyway. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.